Kiss kiss, bang bang. Oh James, these are all scents for a Bond girl. Cue the intro. Hi, I'm Gabi and welcome back to another edition of the Fragrantician. Today we're talking about fragrances yet again. So if you do like my channel, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you are a returning viewer, you're welcome. Welcome back. And if you're a new viewer, then don't forget to hit that notification bell after you've subscribed, and that way you'll get all of my subscriptions and notifications when I upload them. So today we're talking about fragrances that are for a Bond girl, and I'm doing a little bit of a take on a video that was started by, I think it was Tim, who is Smelly Swede. I'll put his link down below in the box. And he tagged a couple of people, and I thought I'd just join in on this, but put a little bit of a spin of it like I do. So today we're going to talk about fragrances that for a Bond girl, and these are my favourite Bond girls. I have 8 here. So here we go with the first one. So the first one is going to be Honor Blackman, who was Pussy Galore in the film Goldfinger, which came out, I do believe, in 1964. And the perfume I've paired up with her character is this one. And this is by Agent Provocateur, and this is called L'Agent. The reason why I've done this one is this is a classic, I would say, femme fatale Bond fragrance. Slightly old school, very boudoir, this fragrance. Comes off with a little stopper here, like a little hand grenade. I'm going to actually spray this so I can re-familiarise myself with the scent. Right, this is extremely potent, extremely strong, extremely resinous, erotic, lasts forever, projects like a beast. I've got to spray another bit because one is never enough. It has amber, it has labdanum. It is an absolutely stunning fragrance. It has depth to it, it has layers to it, and I think this would suit Pussy Galore because, let's face it, she's a bit of a femme fatale. I loved the scene where Sean Connery does finally seduce her in a haystack of all things. And then they just get it on. Yeah, so that is Agent Provocateur, L'Agent. Next fragrance I have is for one of my favourite underrated characters in all of the Bond films. It's from the 1971 film Diamonds Are Forever, and it's for the character Plenty O'Toole. And for this, I've paired up with her Diamonds by Emporio Armani. I know that's cliched, I know Diamonds Are Forever, but this to me is Plenty O'Toole in a bottle because it's effervescent, it's playful, it's fruity. There's a scene in the film where she bends down while he's playing backgammon, is it, in the casino? And she's like, "Hi, I'm Plenty O'Toole." And Sean Connery turns around to her and says, "Yes, you certainly are." Yeah, she is that kind of girl. She's fun, she's playful. You know, she's a good time girl. And I think Diamonds is a good time fragrance. Unfortunately, in the film, she does come to a demise and she is drowned in Tiffany Case's swimming pool, who is played by Jill St. John. I do love her as well, but to me, this is a fragrance for Plenty. Next fragrance I have is for Jane Seymour in the film Live and Let Die from 1973. Our lovely British actress Jane Seymour, who played Solitaire, very young, beautiful, long blonde hair. Let's face it, has she aged? She's probably sold her soul to the devil because she looks ageless. And for that fragrance, I've paired with her, I have paired, actually, It's a bit different. I've got a little travel size. It's from Viktor and Rolf, and it is Flower Bomb. And the reason why I've paired this fragrance with Jane Seymour, who plays Solitaire, is yes, she plays a bit of a femme fatale, and she reads tarot. It's all about, you know, drugs and opium, and it's in the Caribbean, and, you know, it's all of that kind of like vibe to it. But ultimately, underneath all of that bravado, she is a very feminine girl, a very soft girl. And Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb does this really, really well. So I only have a little travel size in this, but yeah, Bougetto's going to get a large size in this. This is floral, it's freesia, it's tea, it's bergamot. It's got a little bit of patchouli to give it the groundness, it grounds it. But ultimately, a little bit of vanilla in there, a little bit of cashmere and wood. But ultimately, it is a floral, fun fragrance. Girly girl. And she gets seduced by Roger Moore, who, you know, deals her that deck of cards, and all of them are the lovers, where she thinks it's just one card that's the lover. So yeah, she's easily seduced, and I think because she's easily seduced, Flower Bomb just suits her. So this one's for you, Jane Seymour. So the next fragrance we have is for the film. Actually, it's a Bond girl that played two characters. First of all, in the 1974 film, The Man with the Golden Gun. And secondly, the film Octopussy, and it is none other than Maud Adams, who is a Swedish beautiful actress. And in the film The Man with the Golden Gun, she plays a character called Andrea. And in that film, I would pair with her, and also Octopussy as well, I would pair with her Dior Addict. Because ultimately she looks quite nice and sensual, but she is a little bit of a femme fatale. And this suits Maud Adams down to a T. It's got that booziness to it, that booziness quality. It's got a little bit of spice to it, a bit of sweetness, but not too gourmand. And I think that matches her character Andrea, whereas that spiciness and depth that matches her character in Octopussy, which is really lovely. I've got to spray it. I can't just smell it from the bottle. Yeah, it's a boozy bourbon vanilla, and it suits Octopussy down to a T. This fragrance does. She's got a little bit of lightness, which this fragrance does have a little bit of lightness, but ultimately it's grounded with that bourbon vanilla and that Queen of the Night flower, jasmine. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. The smell matches her looks as well. It's so regal, it's so womanly, it's so... Oh, I'm getting off on it myself. But yeah, so that is Dior Addict by the House of Dior. Good fragrance. The next fragrance I have is for the 1979 film, which is Moonraker. And it's for a Bond girl who got her demise and her maybe comeuppance. And for her, which is Corinne Cléry, and that's Corinne Dufour, I have paired up the fragrance Pure Poison by Dior, another Dior fragrance. I'm a bit of a Dior girl. This is a bit of an ice cream fragrance. And Corinne Dufour in the film Moonraker, it has that ice cream vibe to her, that coldness to her. She ultimately acts as a double agent and gets killed quite maliciously by a couple of Doberman dogs, by Moonraker's dogs. But anyway, but Pure Poison I would pair up with her because it's got that etherealness, it's got that ice cream vibe, it's got jasmine, it does have the white amber, which gives it a little bit of warmth, just a bit, but ultimately it's that neroli and orange blossom as well that cuts through it, and it gives a bit of a femme fatale fragrance. Soft, clean sensuality, but underneath it all, she is a bit of a dark girl. So that's Pure Poison by Dior. Next fragrance I have is for Carrie Elwes in the 1989 film License to Kill with Timothy Dalton. And for her, I have paired up the fragrance DKNY Women. Oldie but a goodie. And the reason why I've done this is because she's a bit of a kick-ass girl and it means business. And this fragrance, I do believe it has a vodka note in it, so that's a bit of a nod to Bond, or is he martini, shaken not stirred? But this has freshness to it. It is a bit of I think it is a kick-ass fragrance because it has that punch to it. It kicks you in the face with that lemon, that blood orange. It's got greenness to it, with the tomato leaf, and then it's got the slight woodiness as it dries down. And in that film, she is a strong woman. She plays a character called Pam Bouvier. I mean, what's that all about? But yeah, so this fragrance I would pair up with Carrie Elwes. I mean, she is married to Richard Gere, I think, still. I mean, she's one lucky woman and he's one lucky man. So the next fragrance I have is for Sophie Marceau, who played Electra King in the film, the 1999 film, The World Is Not Enough. And for that fragrance, I've paired up with her, Ange ou Démon by Givenchy. And the reason why I've paired this fragrance up, I don't need to actually spray this because this fragrance is very, very strong. It has saffron, it has, it does have a boozy, not a boozy vanilla, but has a woodness to it, has a woodness to it. But it also has lily in there as well, which equates to death, even lilies do. And in the film, The World Is Not Enough, she plays a supposedly sweet girl who's lost her father, and Bond goes to console her, but ultimately she is his enemy, and she flips the switch and she becomes that femme fatale. And I think this fragrance certainly does it. It's got the oak moss in there, which gives it grittiness, but not too much. But it's also got that saffron and lily and vanilla, which gives a little bit of a sweetness. And also, I think it's got in there some citrus to like give it a bit of brightness, to give it a little bit of upliftment. But ultimately, it's that oak wood and oak moss and saffron and that deep those florals in there that really makes it really, really deep. And to me, that really kind of like explains Electra King, Sophie Marceau in a bottle. That's Ange ou Démon by Givenchy. Finally, the next and the last one is a Calvin Klein fragrance for the 2012 film Skyfall. And in that film, it's played, there's two Bond girls, but ultimately the Bond girl that I really like in that, who again got a demise, is Bérénice Malor, who played the part of Séverine, and that is Calvin Klein Secret Obsession. This is what I would pair with her. It is. It's a soft, spicy. She has a delicateness to it, but it's quite. She has a sorrowful character in it, and in the end, she is killed by Bond's archenemy. I think he's Spanish, but she is that Eurasian girl, and I think this has a fusion of Europe and Asia in a bottle, and it fuses the fragrance together, and I love it. You've got the nutmeg in there, which gives it that soft spiciness, but there's a little bit of delicateness as well as spiciness in this fragrance, and I think this really does kind of like match Séverine's character in Skyfall. So yes, so that is Calvin Klein Secret Obsession. So those are my favourite Bond girls. I do have quite a few, but it was hard to choose. But ultimately, I think, a bit of fun for their characters. Thanks to Smelly Swede, Tim, and also I think Scott Aromatico as well. I'll link his channel down below. I'm not going to tag anyone. Do it if you want to. Post who's your favourite Bond girl. I mean, I love Bond films as well as fragrance. I have a bit of a you know, a secret obsession with Bond films. I love Bond films, and I love Bond girls. How I grew up with them as a small kid. I wanted to be a Bond girl, you know. I know nowadays Bond girls are, you know, are very different to what they were back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s. But yeah, but that's my fantasy. So who's your favourite Bond girl? Comment down below. Don't forget to share this video, like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. But don't forget, don't just dab it on, slap it on. Ciao for now.